Tom Holland, the charming Spider-Man star, stood in his sister Nikki's pristine London flat, scratching his head as she handed him a 3-page manual titled Surviving the Trio. Nikki, a freelance journalist, was rushing off to cover a music festival, leaving her 3 kids, 5-year-old twins Max and Mia, and 3-year-old Leo, with Tom for the day. "They're angels," Nikki lied, her eyes darting nervously. "Just follow the schedule." "Oh, and don't let Leo near anything sticky." Tom, ever the optimistic uncle, grinned. "Piece of cake. I fought Thanos. How hard can 3 kids be?" The flat was a pastel wonderland of toys and sippy cups, but Tom sensed a storm brewing. Max, sporting a pirate eye patch, was already brandishing a plastic sword at Mia, who was painting her nails with what Tom hoped was washable marker. Leo, meanwhile, was suspiciously quiet, gnawing on a couch cushion. "Right, team?" Tom clapped, channeling his inner Peter Parker. "Let's have fun. Who's up for a movie?" Max squinted. "Movies are boring. Let's do a TikTok." Mia squealed. "Yeah, a dance one." Leo just burped, a blob of drool landing on Tom's trainers. Tom, never one to back down, agreed. "Fine, a TikTok. But I'm in charge." He set up his phone, propped it on a stack of Dr. Seuss books, and hit record. The kids were supposed to do a cute dance to a pop song, but Max decided to improvise by hurling a rubber chicken at Mia, who retaliated with a fistful of glitter. Leo, not to be outdone, smeared yogurt on the lens. The live stream, which Tom hadn't realized was public, exploded with comments. "Is Spider-Man losing to toddlers?" and "Glitter bomb alert." Tom dove for the phone, slipping on a rogue Lego and crashing into a lamp. The lamp wobbled, then fell, knocking over a vase that shattered into a million pieces. The kids cheered like it was a stunt double's finest hour. "Okay, new plan," Tom panted, unplugging the phone. Lunchtime. The manual said no sugar, but Max had already found a bag of gummy worms and was negotiating with Mia for her share. "I'll trade you my sword for 3 worms," he said, waving the plastic blade. Mia, unimpressed, countered, "5 worms, or I tell Mum you broke her vase." Tom, distracted by Leo trying to climb the curtains, missed the deal entirely. By the time he turned around, Max was sword-fighting an invisible dragon, and Mia was hiding gummy worms in her pockets. Leo, somehow, had yogurt in his hair. Tom herded them to the kitchen, where the manual listed healthy sandwiches as the lunch plan. He opened the fridge, only to find Leo already inside. Yes, inside, sitting cross-legged on a shelf, munching on a carrot stick. "Leo, how'd you even?" Tom yanked him out, carrot and all, as Mia cackled. "He's a fridge gremlin." Max, not helping, started chanting, "Gremlin. Gremlin." Tom sighed, wondering if fighting aliens in a Marvel movie was easier than this. He slapped together peanut butter sandwiches, but Mia declared hers too crusty, and Max flung his at the ceiling, where it stuck. Leo just licked his. The live stream fiasco lingered in Tom's mind. Fans were tweeting clips of the glitter yogurt chaos, and his agent was probably having a heart attack. "No more phones," Tom declared, confiscating every device in sight. But Max, ever the mastermind, had already swiped Tom's spare phone and was attempting to FaceTime Zendaya. "She'll love my pirate moves," he insisted. Tom lunched, snatching the phone just as Zendaya's face popped up, bewildered. "Tom? Is that glitter?" she asked before Tom hung up, mortified. This was going to be a long day. By noon, Tom Holland was questioning every life choice that led to this babysitting gig. The kitchen was a war zone of peanut butter and gummy worms, and the living room looked like a glitter bomb had detonated at a toy store. Max, Mia, and Leo were unstoppable forces of chaos, and Tom's Spider-Man reflexes were barely keeping up. "Right, new activity," he announced, flipping through Nikki's manual. "Outdoor time. Let's go to the garden." The kids hooped, sensing freedom, but Tom missed the manual's warning, never let Leo near the pond. The garden was a small oasis behind Nikki's flat, complete with a tiny pond and a swing set. Tom figured he could relax while the kids burned energy. Big mistake. Max immediately declared himself Captain Mudbeard and started digging in the dirt, flinging clumps at Mia, who screamed like she'd been hit by a meteor. Leo, meanwhile, toddled straight for the pond, his eyes gleaming with toddler mischief. Tom, trying to play peacemaker, shouted, "Max, stop throwing mud." "Mia, you're fine." But when he turned, Leo was knee-deep in the pond, holding a wriggling frog. "Leo, drop it," Tom yelled, sprinting over. But Leo, with the logic of a 3-year-old, popped the frog into his mouth. Not fully in, thank God, but enough for its slimy legs to dangle from his lips. Tom's scream could have shattered glass. "Spit it out." Now, he dove for Leo, who giggled and ran, frog legs flopping. Max and Mia, sensing a new game, chased after them, chanting, "Frog boy! Frog boy!" Tom tackled Leo gently, prying his mouth open. The frog, unharmed but offended, leaped out and plopped back into the pond. Leo wailed, "My pet," as Tom dry-heaved. Back inside, Tom sat the kids down for a serious talk. "No more pond adventures," he said, still pale. Max smirked, "That was awesome. Can we get another frog?" Mia, wiping mud off her face, added, "I want a turtle." Tom ignored them, checking his phone. Bad move. The live stream from earlier had gone viral, and now hashtag Spider-Man babysitter was trending. Clips of the frog incident, someone had been filming from a window, were racking up views. "This is fine," Tom muttered, channeling his inner me. Totally fine. To distract the kids, Tom suggested a craft project. The manual recommended paper airplanes, which seemed safe. Wrong. Max turned his into a jet fighter and launched it into Tom's eye. Mia's plane got stuck in her hair, and Leo, uninterested in crafts, started eating the glue stick. "Leo, no," Tom yelped, wrestling the glue away. Leo just grinned, his teeth suspiciously sparkly. Tom was about to call Nikki and beg for mercy when Max shouted, "Let's make a fort." Before Tom could protest, the kids were dragging couch cushions and blankets into a pile. The fort was less architectural marvel, more avalanche waiting to happen. Max crowned himself Fort King, Mia demanded to be Fort Queen, and Leo, still glue sticky, got stuck to a blanket. Tom, trying to maintain order, crawled inside the fort to mediate, only to find Max had smuggled in more gummy worms. "Where are you getting these?" Tom demanded. Max shrugged, "Secret pirate stash." Mia, not to be outdone, had drawn a mustache on Leo with a marker. Tom groaned, realizing he was losing control faster than a bad audition. Afternoon hit, and Tom Holland was a man on the edge. The fort had collapsed, leaving a trail of blankets and gummy worm wrappers. The kids were now demanding snacks, and Tom, desperate to avoid another kitchen disaster, checked the manual. "Fruit and yogurt," it said. Simple enough, right? Nope. When Tom opened the fridge, there was Leo again, back on his favorite shelf, this time hugging a jar of pickles. "Leo, we talked about this." Tom groaned, pulling him out. Leo clutched the pickles like a lifeline, wailing, "My treasure." Max and Mia, sensing drama, rushed in. "Pickle party." Max yelled, grabbing a cucumber and wielding it like a lightsaber. Mia, ever the diva, declared she only ate pink snacks and dumped a bottle of strawberry syrup on the floor. Tom slipped in the syrup, flailing like a B-list stuntman, and crashed into a chair. The kids found this hilarious, collapsing into giggles as Tom muttered, "I need a stunt double." He mopped up the syrup, banished Leo from the fridge, and handed out apples, which Max immediately used as cannonballs in a new game. To regain control, Tom decided to pivot to a calm activity, story time. He grabbed a book about a friendly dinosaur, but Max interrupted. "Dinosaurs are lame. Tell us about Spider-Man." Mia chimed in, "Yeah, did you really kiss Zendaya?" Tom blushed, steering them back to the book, but Leo had other plans. He'd found a kazoo and was blowing it like a tiny, off-key foghorn. The noise was so piercing that Tom considered webbing his own ears shut. "Okay, no story," he sighed. "How about hide-and-seek?" Big mistake. Max hid under the dining table, Mia squeezed behind the couch, and Leo, back in the fridge. Tom found him nestled between a milk carton and a block of cheese, giggling like a supervillain. "Leo, you're gonna freeze," Tom said, hauling him out. But the game spiraled. Max started throwing pillows to distract the seeker, and Mia claimed she was invisible by covering her eyes. The living room became a battlefield, with Tom dodging pillows and trying not to step on Leo, who was now rolling on the floor, kazoo still blaring. Tom's phone buzzed with notifications. The frog clip had hit 1 million views, and fans were begging for more Tom Holland babysitting content. He ignored it, focusing on survival. But then Max grabbed the phone, yelling, "Let's go live again." Before Tom could stop him, Max hit the button, and the chaos was broadcast to the world. Mia started singing off-key, Leo waved his kazoo, and Max narrated, "Spider-Man's losing to us." Tom, red-faced, ended the stream, but not before the internet crowned him Chaos Uncle. As the sun dipped low, Tom Holland was a frazzled shell of his superhero self. The flat was a disaster, glitter, syrup, and pickle juice everywhere. Nikki was due back in an hour, and Tom needed a miracle. "Okay, team," he said, mustering his last ounce of energy. "Let's clean up." Max laughed. "Clean? That's for losers." Mia agreed. "I'm too pretty to clean." Leo just blew his kazoo, which was now sticky with mystery goo. Tom considered crying but settled for bribery. Ice cream for whoever helps, he said. The promise of ice cream worked, sort of. Max started sweeping by shoving toys under the couch, Mia wiped surfaces with her sleeve, and Leo helped by licking a table. Tom tackled the big messes, scrubbing syrup and vacuuming glitter, all while dodging Max's new game, Tickle Attack. Just as Tom thought he was making progress, he heard a crash. Mia had knocked over a shelf, scattering books and a jar of beads. It was an accident, she wailed as beads rolled everywhere. Tom, near tears, muttered, "I should have stuck to fighting Green Goblin." With minutes to spare, Tom rallied the kids for one last push. He turned cleaning into a superhero mission, assigning them code names. Max was Captain Broom, Mia was Wipeout Girl, and Leo was Kazoo Kid. It worked, barely. The flat was semi-presentable when Nikki walked in. She surveyed the scene, Tom covered in glitter, Leo still clutching his kazoo, and Max and Mia arguing over who cleaned more. "Well," Nikki said, smirking. "You survived." Tom collapsed on the couch, barely. Later, as Nikki put the kids to bed, Tom checked his phone. The internet was obsessed. Clips of the frog, the fridge, and the live stream were everywhere, with captions like Tom Holland versus toddler apocalypse. His agent texted, "This is gold. Talk show next?" Tom groaned, but he couldn't help smiling. The kids were chaos, but they were his chaos. As he left, Max ran up, handing him a drawing of Spider-Man fighting a giant frog. "You're the best uncle," Max said. Tom ruffled his hair. "And you're the worst pirate. Maybe babysitting wasn't so bad until next time."